Hey folks, welcome back. And today we are talking about what has to be the easiest to use vlogging camera of all time. And if you told me 2 years ago that this is the camera that I'd be hyping up, I would not have believed you. But today's the day. We are talking about the DJI Osmo Action 4. This is an action camera that I've been using every single day to make vlogs on the street, and I absolutely love it. And I think that if you're considering a vlogging camera, you have to consider the Action 4, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about myself in case you're new here. I'm Velvet Alfredo. I'm a street portrait photographer. I go out into the world. I find interesting and unique people, and I snap their photos. This YouTube channel is basically the behind-the-scenes director's commentary of my massive Instagram account. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching. And let me take you kind of like through what I believe is the lay of the land of vlogging cameras, right? Because when you're trying to get into vlogging, you're really considering like a bunch of different cameras, a bunch of different options, a bunch of different styles. And if you're like me, you thought to yourself, hey, I just want the best camera that gives me the highest quality image. I want it to look the best. And it's like, okay, cool. So on one end of this spectrum is a full frame, cinema camera. I've got the FX3 here. Some guys vlog with this, or you can use the A7R5. That is like a full frame kind of like hybrid photo video camera. That's on one end of the spectrum. And on the far other end are easy to use cameras, very much kind of like your iPhone, let's say. And you have to decide which camera works best for you. And on the cinema side, those cameras are big. They're heavy. They've got big lenses. They're hard to take around. So if you need something that you need to put in a bag and carry with you every day, all of a sudden, these cinema cameras, these DSLRs, these mirrorless are not exactly for you. But on the other end, with the iPhone, if you need to be shooting yourself all the time, there's no front-facing screen. So are you just kind of like guessing? And like, that's the question that you have to ask yourself. And then there's all that middle ground, right? There are the smaller mirrorless cameras. I've got the ZVE 10 Mark II here. This is basically a smaller APS-C mirrorless camera. It's got a wide angle lens. It has a screen that flips out. It's got a great microphone. I thought to myself, maybe this is the way to go. But like a lot of people, maybe you come to the determination that like a smaller mirrorless camera is still not small enough. Like this is not something you're just like putting in your bag and taking to dinner. And that's where most people land on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is a gimbal camera. It's very tiny. It can fit in your pocket. And this is what I see a lot of people using on a daily basis. But there are some downsides to a camera like this. The ergonomics are weird. It's a little fragile. Using a gimbal is like non-trivial because sometimes it's not pointing in the direction you want it to point at. And these are the complications. And the reason why those complications can stack up and matter is because anything that gets in between you and making content is a problem. Like the one thing I tell my friends, the one thing I tell clients is that if there's any little grain of sand in between you and content creation, you have to be selfish and delete it. You need to make your life as easy as possible so that you can just make as freely and as quickly as you can think it up. Like that's the goal. In my case, I found that what I needed to do more than anything else, and I've talked about this in a previous video, you should definitely go watch it, is you should make content as quickly as possible. You need tonnage. You need to upload more and more often. And so I need what amounts to the easiest to use camera on planet Earth. And there is another YouTuber called Chris Meets Chris, and he turned me on to using the DJI Osmo Action 4 as a daily, everyday walk and talk vlogging camera. So I have tricked this camera out, as you can see in this little rig right here, so that it works really well for daily vlogging. It's very easy to use and it's very reliable, and I'm going to explain to you all those little details. But let me walk you through this camera first. This is a 4K camera. It shoots basically any frame rate you would want, including slow motion. It shoots log footage so that you can shoot normal Rec 709, and for those of you who don't know what that is basically just regular TV safe colors. But it can also shoot log, which is a much more like grayscale image that's designed to be color corrected later. And it's also 10-bit, which means that it can be color graded to a much larger extent than something like 8-bit footage. often you'll find like point and shoot cameras or even your phone shoots 8-bit and color correction is difficult, but not with this guy because it shoots 10-bit. Color grading is a dream. So those are the basic features of the camera, but let me walk you through like my favorites as to why like this camera was put over the top for me. The first thing and the most important is it has a front-facing screen. The problem with the iPhone is actually like a really capable camera. The lens, the back lens on this is incredible. And if there was a screen right here, I probably would use the iPhone to do like daily walk and talk vlogging. But I don't know what I'm shooting. I can guess. I can look at the lens and make sure it's kind of like facing me. But I've found more often than not that the framing is imperfect. I don't like the way I look. There's like, I want to be able to see myself. And so this front-facing little screen here lets me see the center punch of what I'm filming. So assuming I keep my face inside of that little square, I'm good to go. And like it's one of those things that you don't know you need until you need it. And it really is something that like, if the camera didn't have that, I wouldn't be using it. The second thing, it accepts the DJI wireless mic system without a receiver. It is its own receiver. So I don't need to have like a little pack up here with a wire connected to it. I can connect any of the DJI mics. This is the DJI Mic Mini. I mean, look how tiny this thing is. This thing is micro, right? Like super, super tiny. I can wear this on my shirt, on my jacket. I can put it like on the strap of a bag and just talk right into it. And it wirely accepts it right to here. So it is like studio grade audio out on the street. And if you want any examples of me using it, I've used it over the last 2 vlogs that I just posted. There's links above and links below. I'll share them with you guys. And you can see like how well this audio sounds. And why that's important is that I find that almost on any camera, whether it's an iPhone or a mirrorless camera or even the DJI Pocket, any kind of wind noise is very, very obvious. You don't think about it until you look at your footage and you realize how windy the outside world is and how quickly it damages the audio. And even on an action camera like this, there's 2 microphones right here in the center. When wind blows by, it can really mess up your audio in normal situations. But when you've got a wireless mic on you with a little like dead cat on here, it's incredible. And I don't go anywhere without this wireless mic. It is always with me. But the cool part is the way that I've rigged this attaches magnetically right to the side. And all of a sudden it becomes a kind of like shotgun mic. And you could either wear it, or if you decide that you're gonna be filming somebody else and you don't wanna like give them the microphone for whatever reason, just walking down the street, recording different people, you could just attach it right to the side like that. And now you're good to go. I mean, look at that. Like that is super, super cool. It just detaches. It's very, very easy. And it's still sending its wireless signal. Like it doesn't matter. It's just like a good place to store it, a good way to use it. And the way I do that is I'm using this Smallrig cage. This is a metal, like industrial Smallrig cage designed specifically for this camera. And what it does, I mean, obviously it hardens this whole package. I mean, I think this thing can take a nuclear blast at this point. But it also has like screw mounts on the bottom, screw mounts on the side here, so that I can either shoot in standard 16:9 TV mode, or I can go portrait like that, and I can mount it in either way. It also has the quick release, so that the DJI quick release system, I can either just like clip it in magnetically, or I can clip it in that way magnetically. It's awesome. But you could also see that I've built my own like tripod here. Like this is a tripod that is totally movable. Like I could just move the ball head. This is super great. And this was super easy to put together. So what I'm using here is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 tripod foot. You can buy this separately, or for those of you that have a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, the creator kit at least comes with this little tripod foot. And it's very tiny, it's very easy to use, it's very lightweight, but you can use it as a handle when you're not using it as a foot. And then I've got this Smallrig little ball mount, and it screws right into the top there. And it was like, got $5, maybe. It was like really, really cheap on Amazon. Again, all the links are in the description below. But it's super easy to use, and that means that like I can put it on a tabletop, and then I could rotate it so that like if I'm just like shooting myself, or I'm shooting a product, or whatever I'm doing, it's just totally easy to use. And that is a tiny, tiny package, and this goes right in my pocket. I don't need to even put this in a bag. Like this is just easy. I just grab it, pull it out, Often I have the microphone already attached to me, but if I need to take it off, I can just snap it to the side there and I'm good to go. This is fantastic for so many reasons. It shoots 4K, it shoots slow motion, I can color grade it. But the most important thing is it's easy to grab and use. You will find in your content creation journey that the number one issue is that you're not filming enough, that there's always a reason not to film. The camera's too big, you're not gonna bring it. Oh, the moment you don't wanna reach into your bag and pull the thing out and turn it on and flip the screen around and the moment's already over, so you missed it. Like, you want to eliminate all of that friction in content creation. And this does it because it's so baby simple. It's stupid simple. And Chris Meets Chris, that vlogger I mentioned before, he is really leading the charge in saying that like this kind of action camera and this model specifically is like perfectly suited for easy to make content creation. And that's what you should be thinking about. The only downside to this camera is that the background is not going to be out of focus. And I think when you think about it that way, that the only thing that you're bringing to the table with a camera like this is that the background is going to be out of focus. Does that matter that much to you? Do you really think that your community that you're building is going to care about the background being in or out of focus? Like, when you think about it like that is not a reason to buy a camera. That is not a reason to schlep around a much larger, more complicated camera. That's kind of crazy to say that like the background has to be out of focus. I can't even start making content unless the background's out of focus. Like, I'm a professional content creator. I have worked for big brands. I've directed commercials. Like, the background being out of focus, yeah, sure, I would love it, but I would much prefer to be making content without limitations. That I could just pick up a camera, I can film what I'm seeing, I can edit it together and make an incredible story for you guys watching. Like, that's my preference. The background being out of focus, I think that's a red herring, and a lot of people got caught up in that. I know I get caught up in that. They're like, why don't I have the most perfect bokeh background? At the end of the day, I'm really happy with the 2 vlogs I just uploaded, where I was just like walking around my city, talking to the camera, talking to other people, and that would not have been possible in the easy way in which I did it without this camera. Like, this camera is the camera that made that possible. I've tried using the Pocket 3 in a similar situation, and the issue is that like I have to take it out of a case every time. Like, it comes with this case. Let me grab this real quick. It comes with this case, and you're not supposed to put it away just like this. You're supposed to put it in this case and then put it in your bag, put it in your pocket. And it's frustrating to take this out of a case every time you want to use it. And God forbid that like you're trying to film something very quickly, you will not get this out of its case, put the case away, flip this thing open and start filming. That's not going to happen. But I found myself dramatically more happy with my filmmaking process and honestly with the footage that I get. It's so stable that you wouldn't even know that this isn't a gimbal. Like, when you're walking with this, it is rock solid. One last thing about why this camera is so fantastic. It has interchangeable batteries. So you could just pop the battery out and pop a new one in. DJI sells a battery pack that has like 3 batteries and a battery charging kit. And if you have that and this, you could film all day and then some. Like, I have never gone through a full battery on the street, but let's say you did, you could just swap out batteries. With the Pocket 3, you can't do that. With the Pocket 3, you can attach a little like extra battery down here, but like that makes the camera much bigger and it has an internal battery. With this, you could swap till your heart's content. You can have 10 batteries, you'll never run out. It's fabulous that way. You can put detachable storage in there, like it uses those micro SD cards. Everything about this package is exactly what like a vlogger who wants to get serious about the work should purchase first. Use this for a while, and then you will discover what, if anything else, you need. And I've talked about this a lot on my channel here, and I'm going to talk about it some more, but like making more content is the goal. Obsessing over the minutia of a video that you never finish, that's not the goal, right? Like, I want to publish every single day. For those of you that are new here, that's what I do. I try to publish a new video every single day. And having gear that makes that possible, that is what I'm searching for. And I think that's what you guys should be searching for too. Upload more first, and then you'll figure out what you need to adjust. Maybe you need a bigger SD card. Maybe you need a different microphone. Maybe you need a filter. Maybe you need a long zoom lens. You will know that after you upload and upload and upload. Get really good at the muscle memory of making and you will discern what kind of like extras you need. But this, turns out this DJI Action 4, this is the camera you should start with. This may be the camera I end with regardless, but like everybody should start in this universe because this is good at everything. Want to shoot somebody on the street? This is what you want. Want to shoot yourself like that? This is what you want. It's easy to use. And so the DJI Action 4 is my recommendation to any of you that want to get into vlogging more seriously. If you want to make content every single day or as often as you can, you should start here. This is fantastic. I've already made a bunch of videos using this camera, so if you're in any way curious as to how the camera looks or how it sounds or how it color grades, the links are in the description below. And this camera's it's allowed me to make content as fast as I can think it up. And I've been trying to publish every single day, and I really have to credit this camera and credit the Chris Meets Chris YouTube account for like inspiring this. So thank you folks for watching. Come back tomorrow because there's gonna be a new video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.